Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have an endless supply of motivation, while others struggle to find the drive to accomplish their daily tasks? This question led me on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. The power of questions is undeniable. They guide our thoughts, shape our perspective, and can ignite a spark within us. I remember a time when I was stuck in a rut, finding it hard to muster the motivation to pursue my goals. Then a mentor asked me a simple yet profound question. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? That question shifted my mindset. It nudged me out of my comfort zone and encouraged me to dream bigger, to aim higher. It fostered a sense of curiosity and excitement within me, driving me to push past my perceived limits and strive for success. It was then I realized motivation isn't something that just happens, it's something we can actively cultivate. To harness the power of motivation, we first need to understand what it is and how it works. Diving into the depths of psychology, motivation is a driving force that propels us towards our goals. It's like a flame inside us, igniting our passions and fueling our actions. It's an invisible hand guiding us on our journey, pushing us forward even when the road is rough and the destination seems far away. But not all motivation is created equal. There are two core types, intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation comes from within. It's about pursuing something because it brings us joy, fulfillment, or a sense of accomplishment. It's the artist painting a masterpiece not for fame or fortune, but for the sheer love of creation. On the other hand, extrinsic motivation is driven by external rewards or consequences. It's the student studying hard to get good grades, the athlete training tirelessly for a gold medal, or the employee working late to earn a promotion. While these motivators can be powerful, they can also be fleeting. Once the reward is achieved or the consequences avoided, the motivation may dwindle. Take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. Can you recall a time when you were driven by intrinsic motivation? Perhaps it was a hobby you pursued, a skill you mastered, or a challenge you willingly took on. On the flip side, can you remember a situation where extrinsic motivation was at play? Maybe it was a task you completed for a reward, or a deadline you met to avoid repercussions. In your journey towards your goals, you'll likely encounter both types of motivation. It might be the intrinsic joy of the journey itself, or the extrinsic rewards waiting at the finish line. The key is to recognize what drives you and harness it to propel you forward. Understanding the source of your motivation is the first step towards mastering it. By identifying what truly motivates you, you can tap into a powerful force that will keep you moving forward even when the going gets tough. So what motivates you? Now that we understand what motivation is, let's explore some strategies for boosting it. Motivation is much like a fire. Once you've got it started, you need to add fuel to keep it burning. The first strategy for boosting motivation is setting clear, attainable goals. Goals are the guiding light that gets us from where we are to where we want to be. They provide a roadmap for our journey, a destination for our efforts. But remember, much like a journey, the focus should not just be on the destination, but also on the journey itself. Celebrate each step, each milestone, for they are proof of your progress. Another powerful tool for boosting motivation is the use of positive affirmations. These are positive statements that can help you overcome self-sabotaging negative thoughts. They remind you of your capabilities, your strengths, and your worth. Repeating these affirmations either out loud or in your mind can instill a sense of optimism and self-belief, which can propel you forward. Now let's talk about mindfulness. It's a simple yet powerful practice that involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It allows us to fully engage with our tasks, to immerse ourselves in our work, and to find joy in the process. Mindfulness also helps us manage stress, one of the biggest killers of motivation. By staying present, we can better manage our emotions and reactions, which can lead to increased motivation and productivity. I'd like to share a personal experience. There was a time when I was feeling stuck, unable to move forward. I felt like I was constantly running on a treadmill, going nowhere. I started to practice mindfulness, and it was a game changer. I began to appreciate the present, to find joy in the process. It boosted my motivation and helped me push through the challenging times. Another strategy that has worked wonders for me is visualization. It's the practice of creating mental images of what you want to achieve. Visualization helps in creating a clear picture of your goals, making them seem more tangible and achievable. It provides a sense of direction and can significantly boost your motivation. Lastly, surround yourself with positivity. This could be in the form of positive people, inspiring books, motivational podcasts, or uplifting music. Positivity is contagious. It breeds hope, enthusiasm, and motivation. So, these are some strategies that can help in boosting your motivation. Try them out, see which ones resonate with you. Tailor them to suit your needs, your style. Remember, motivation is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It's personal, unique to each one of us. Remember, the road to success is always under construction. It's about continual growth and development. So keep adding fuel to your fire, keep pushing forward, and let your motivation guide you towards your dreams. Even with the best strategies in place, we'll inevitably face roadblocks on our path to success. These roadblocks can take many forms. Fear of failure, procrastination, and lack of self-belief are some of the most common ones. They can be daunting, but remember, they're not insurmountable. Fear of failure is a universal experience. It's that nagging feeling that keeps us from taking risks and stepping out of our comfort zones. But let's reframe that fear. Failure isn't the end. It's an opportunity to learn and grow. Every time we stumble, we gain valuable insights that bring us one step closer to our goals. Procrastination is another common roadblock. It's the art of delaying or postponing tasks, often because they seem overwhelming or unpleasant. But here's a secret. Take small steps. Break down the task into manageable parts and tackle them one at a time. Before you know it, you've made significant progress. And then there's the lack of self-belief. This is perhaps the most insidious roadblock of all because it comes from within. It's that little voice inside our head that whispers we're not good enough, we're not capable enough. But remember, we are our own worst critics. Sometimes we need to silence that voice and remind ourselves of our past victories, no matter how small. They're proof that we are capable and we can overcome. I've faced these roadblocks too, and they're tough. But every time I overcame them, I came out stronger. I learned that fear of failure can be a powerful motivator, that procrastination can be beaten with discipline, and that self-belief can be nurtured with self-love and patience. Overcoming roadblocks isn't just about reaching our goals, it's about becoming the best version of ourselves. So let's face these roadblocks head on. Let's learn from them, grow from them, and ultimately, let's overcome them. On this journey of self-discovery and growth, remember to celebrate your progress. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory worth acknowledging. These small victories are the building blocks of your success, and they help fuel your motivation. They're your personal reminders that you're making progress, that you're moving forward, that you're growing. There is a profound wisdom in embracing the journey and not just focusing on the destination. When we're solely focused on the end goal, we tend to overlook the invaluable lessons that lie in our path. Every stumble, every obstacle, every setback has something to teach us. They're not roadblocks, but signposts pointing us towards personal growth and self-improvement. Let me share a personal anecdote. I was once so focused on achieving a particular milestone that I lost sight of the journey. When I finally reached my goal, the joy was short-lived. It didn't feel as fulfilling as I had imagined. But when I looked back at the path I had traversed, I realized the wealth of experiences I had gathered along the way. The journey had shaped me, taught me, and enriched me in ways I hadn't anticipated. That's when I understood the true value of embracing the journey. Let's reframe our mindset and view the journey as an adventure. An adventure filled with triumphs to celebrate and setbacks to learn from. It's this adventure that molds us, that makes us resilient, that prepares us for bigger challenges and greater victories. Remember, every time you overcome a challenge, you're not just moving closer to your goal, you're also becoming a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. You're growing, evolving, and learning. And that, in itself, is a victory worth celebrating. So, let's celebrate our progress, let's celebrate our growth, let's celebrate our journey. Because it's in this journey that we truly discover ourselves, our strengths, our potential, and our capacity for greatness. When it comes to motivation, it's not about getting there, it's about embracing the journey and growing along the way.